Okay. This is. I've watched the whole thing, but I'm just going to give you a little bit, and you guys can click in the link to listen to her whole story because she is amazing, and what she survived is nothing short of what a hardened soldier, would have survived. And she was a young child. This is Michaela Prince, and Michaela will explain to you what she has been through. It's devastating, but from Devil's Child to Star Ballerina. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but
Prince. My original name is Mabinti Bangura, and I was born in Sierra Leone, West Africa in 1995, 4 years after the bloody Civil War. This war would displace thousands of men. It would cause thousands of women and children to be raped. And over 50,000 people would be killed. My parents were among them. I was born with vitiligo, a skin condition. It left white patches all over my body. I was different. In Sierra Leone, they didn't understand the fact that just because I had white patches on my skin, that I was just born this way. They thought I was a curse. They started to call me the devil's child, because anybody who would look like this would be the child of the devil. I was ridiculed and harassed because I looked different. My parents tried to defend me as much as they could, but they understood that I would never be able to get married because of the way I looked. They tried to educate me, they taught me to read, and they started to save money for my education. But when my parents passed away, I was defenseless and alone. I've never been so scared in my life. My uncle took me to the orphanage, knowing that he could never get a good price for me as a bride, and never came back for me. In the orphanage, we were taken care of by aunties, not like the aunties you have at home, the aunties who love you, they care about you no matter what you do. But these aunties were uneducated women who only took care of us to bring food home for their kids. They would wash our clothes and give us food. But these aunties had their favorites. There were 27 kids in the orphanage. Number 1 got the biggest portion of food and the first choice of clothes.
sorry.
Number 27 got the smallest portion of food and the last choice of clothes. I was number 27. Every day in the orphanage, I was starving. I've never felt so alone before. How could this happen to me? This is when I realized it was much easier to not care about anybody because they always ended up leaving me. But then, I made a friend in the orphanage. Her name was Mabinti Suma. Number 26 was always in ill health, always sick, but she always had a kind heart, and she was always good at full cheer. Number 26 would always listen to all my fears and all my dreams. Whenever I was scared, she would sing to me. When I couldn't fall asleep, she would tell me a bedtime story. And number 26 is still doing that 15 years later as my sister Mia. And one day, the big wind threw a magazine right onto the gate at the orphanage. I reached out and I grabbed it. And I saw something. This amazing creature, this person I've never seen before. She was on her tippy toes and in this beautiful pink costume. But what really struck me the most was the fact that she looked so happy. I hadn't been happy in a long time. So I thought to myself, if she's happy because this is what she's doing, then maybe I could be happy too someday. I had to be this person, I just had to be in order to become something. So I ripped the cover off the magazine and I put it in my underwear because I had nowhere else to put it. Because as number 27, I didn't have anything to do. They would never give me toys or any clothes, so where else could I put it? And then a teacher came to the orphanage to teach us English. She was also pregnant at the time.
I'm not going to let her finish because what she says is Like I said, you will not believe what she says next. You actually would have to listen to that video yourself. I was so shocked. But from her tragedy, she was adopted. Her mother came and not only adopted her sister, but adopted Michaela as well and put her in ballet. I was wanting to see if they showed a picture of her mother, and I think so. And they show her dancing. Just- God, it's incredible. Oh, wow. Train Squad. For those of you who've never taken ballet, who've never been in dance, what she did there is not easy. It's not easy at all. Try doing that. I try it. She was on her tiptoes. She was on her tiptoes. And those little kicks and her not breathing hard and her jumping in the air and her smiling the whole entire time, that is not easy. And she's even danced for, and I think she still is employed with the Dutch National Ballet. I mean, if you want to talk about strict, by the rules.
DePrince, 114, Michaela DePrince, age 14, from the United States, performing a variation from Don Quixote.
I mean, this is very prestigious. She is that good. It's incredible. Look at this. The control. Elegance. Perfect. Her hands, the way she has her shoulders, everything. The positions, oh my. Everything. Leaps. Oh my, 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 my. Oh my. And for people that are looking at this woman and judging her and not knowing her background, and we all have judged others, but you should never judge to the point of hatred or ill contempt or anything like that. Because what she endured, I would never ever wish that on anyone. And she was just a small little girl. So, when I start to feel sad or depressed or in a little pity party for one, I remember these things. I remember that there's others out there that are doing far worse. And that stops me a lot of times from going down that slippery slope of, you know, sadness and poor me and all that. I stop right there and I just start being grateful. Anyway, go see the rest of it if you really want to know what else she's had to endure. It is TED Talks. She is really amazing. it just shows me that not too many people have the stomach to listen to all that she had to say. Some people just rather keep their eyes closed, I guess. Okay, guys, I'll leave the link in the description. Have a good night.